Hi guys, Claire from Right Accounts, and in this video I'm going to be talking once again about superannuation, but specifically this time superannuation in the run-up to the end of financial year. So as I've said, superannuation probably isn't the top of your priorities, but like most savings and investments, the longer it has to grow, the larger it will normally be. Compound interest here is your friend, working in your favour, on savings at least. So as the end of financial year approaches, there are a few things I look into with my ongoing clients, and one of those is superannuation, particularly if they haven't made any contributions throughout the year, which is not something most people do. If you didn't know, superannuation is not compulsory for sole traders, and directly it isn't tax deductible within the business because you're not an employee of the business, you are the owner of the business. So you're probably thinking, well, Claire, that seems really unfair because big business, it's a tax deduction for them when they pay superannuation. But this is not the first time somebody thought that, and the ATO actually created a little sweetener or a little workaround to make this fairer for sole traders and to encourage us to make contributions. So we refer to this as a personal superannuation contribution because you're making it from your own money. So if you were employed, this would be after tax, but we're not employed and it's not after tax because our tax is dealt with separately. So what happens instead is you claim it as a personal tax deduction. So if you do your own tax or if you work with an accountant, there is a section in the tax return each year to enter personal superannuation contributions on which you can receive a tax deduction, and then you get that same tax benefit as a business that is paying it for employees. There's a very complicated way of dealing with it, but it's the way the ATO have managed to give us the same benefit as business. Now, when you're recording this in your bookkeeping, you actually would record this as a drawing because you are withdrawing it from the business, and it otherwise would be regarded as profit. So how do you get to have this tax benefit? The first thing you need to do is you actually need to tell your superannuation fund that you intend to claim this as a personal deduction, and you need to get an acknowledgement from them that they have accepted this nomination. And you do that before completing your tax return. And I don't think really many people are going to be rushing out in the first week of July and getting their tax return done. So there's time to get that done properly. Most superannuation funds have this form on their website, freely available, or contact them and ask them to send it to you. My fund actually identify who've made personal superannuation contributions and they send out the forms automatically. Now, before you go jump in and do this thinking, sweet, a way for me to get a tax deduction, it isn't always tax beneficial. So if your income tax rate is below the 15% concessionary tax rate in a superannuation fund, you're not actually going to get a tax benefit from this because you wouldn't be paying that amount of tax anyway. So there's not a difference like there would be. If your rate is above 15%, even if that's 18% or 20%, it actually is tax beneficial because you'll receive the difference back in your tax return. But that isn't the only reason we contribute to super. We contribute to super towards our retirement at the end of the day. So the question remains still, can you afford it? Can your business afford it? And equally, can you afford not to come retirement when you could be sipping margaritas from a luxury lot in the Amalfi Coast? Or is that just me? Now, before you do this, and I should have a disclaimer with most of my information, please make sure you consult a professional investment advisor, financial advisor, financial planner, registered tax agent, some professional, because taking advice from the internet without getting that first isn't a good idea. Your circumstances are unique and your solutions need to be tailored for them. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know with a thumbs up or a comment. Ask any questions that you would like to. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.